Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. Now, on my continuing series on making the move from Windows or Mac over to Linux, today I'm going to be talking about upgrading your operating system version of Linux. Now, before I get to that, if you have not seen my original video on how to install VirtualBox and then install Linux Mint, be sure to check that out in the description area below. Now, as anyone who's ever used any type of operating system, you know that there's going to be version updates of the entire operating system. Now, in my case, I am running Linux Mint, and I just recently upgraded to Linux Mint 18.1, as you'll see right there. Before, I actually had Linux Mint 18. And so, Linux Mint 18.1 is the most recent version of Linux Mint 18.1 Serena, and before that there was Linux Mint 18 Sarah, and so this update came not too long after 18 came out. Okay, so if you are on an older version of Linux, say 18, which is really not that old, or even 17.3, I'm going to show you how easy it is to upgrade your operating system version. So we're going to go here into my virtual machine, and for Linux Mint, it is so simple. And before, back in the day, when you had to upgrade your operating system version on Linux, it was a pain, so nowadays it is so easy. All you have to do is go down here to your update manager. Okay, now one thing I recommend, after you install Linux Mint for the first time, you always want to install all the most recent updates. Okay, so this is considering that you did already do that. What you would do is you would normally just click on refresh, and obviously would check to see if there's any updates, and all you do is go up here to edit, and you'll notice there is an upgrade to Linux Mint 18.1 Serena option. Okay, so whenever there is a new version, a point update release, it should show up right there. Okay, so all you have to do is just choose this, and it's gonna give you an intro. You can read the release notes for the new version. You could read about the new features. And this is very important here. As with any operating system update, I recommend that you always back up your most important files. Typically, there are no problems. However, if it does run into a problem and for some reason you lose some of your data, that's not good. So I recommend, no matter what operating system you're on, to always back up your most important files first before making the upgrade. So let's go ahead and say, yes, I understand. So all you would do is just click on apply, type in your password, and then it's going to go ahead and start downloading the updates. And depending on your internet connection and your computer, this could take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. But on my machine, it usually takes less than 20 minutes. So I like to do this where I like to see what's actually going on. And so I'm going to wait, and I'll come back to this once all of this is finished downloading. Okay, so all the updates have been downloaded, and now it's actually installing all of these updates. So you didn't really have to do anything else. You just wait until the updates were made, and after all the installs are done, it will ask you to restart your operating system. Now, I have mentioned this before, but in Linux, specifically Linux Mint, normally you do not have to restart your machine when you get new updates. Okay, I would say like 95% of the times, unlike in Windows, you do not have to restart your machine every time there is an update. About the only times that you do have to start your machine if it's something like this, obviously, and also things such as like the kernel updates. Okay, but like I said, that doesn't happen very often, and so you could leave your machine on for quite a bit. So it looks like it's done there. All right, so great, the updates have been installed. All you have to do is just reboot your computer, and since I am on a virtual machine, it shouldn't take long for me to reboot. So let me go ahead and reboot the computer, and let's see what we get. See, we got a brand new version, so Linux Mint 18 right now. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right, Linux Mint 18.1, as you could clearly see there. Once it loads up, we'll do a little quick check as well. Okay, first and foremost, let's go down here, go to Preferences, System Info. There you go, 18.1. And one thing I do always enjoy is new backgrounds that we get. Serena has some really good looking backgrounds. There you go. That is upgrade to Linux Mint 18.1 from Linux Mint 18, and I just showed you how really easy it is to upgrade your version of Linux in Linux Mint. So if you had any thoughts or comments on this, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/Geek Outdoors. All the information is in the description area. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com. And I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.